all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. Still at your mama crib, ain't getting money, you gotta ask for it. I'm tired of complaining, I gotta fix change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day these take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry cold as chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo reel. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, how about it? How about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, skirt the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? How about it? Rep for your bro. When you're supposed to pop in your projects. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Hey, look how far we coming. Heartbeat for the streets. You can do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet, this sugar. One man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods. Damn it out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry cold as chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, so suspenseful, I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead, instead of get rich or dead trying. This ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead. Snooze, I won't, I can't lose, ready, rest or I'm dead. Do what you can to do, make it next move your best. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry cold as chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry cold as chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Let's go. Get first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See that pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Oh, damn!
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I got power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tanks. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. What state prop you looking bleak now? I was home to sleep designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak they listen. Couldn't find the social fishing. Who the crew? It wasn't you. I know it's true cause you look like the opposition. Run it up, greatest ever some.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the San Francisco 49ers. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I copy, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all. Dash, honey, y'all, dash, honey, y'all, dash, honey, y'all, dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boys just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big jobs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I copy, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best because I am.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the San Francisco 49ers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Now Martinez to throw on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Martinez. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Here we go, here we go. 90 Wolf. Yep.
I'm here all day.
Hey, Alpha.
Sponge. No.
Let's go.
Second and 13. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Come on, let's go.
Ready?
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Peyton Barber, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
It's a foot race. He's at the 40, past the 20, 10, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, 77 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw. Martinez. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play.
And he coughed it up. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, Haywood!
58 for Mike, 58 for Mike. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Set, ready? 10-2 stop. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Just like that. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58.
Snap.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Hey, Charlie!
They'll run with Coleman on first down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2nd and 5. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Coleman, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. He'll look to throw. Completes it to Coleman. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 70 in.
Check 15, check 15.
On second down, it's Cohen. He goes airborne, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Martinez operating from the gun. He finds Taylor, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. Room here to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 37 yards. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
70, Indy. 54, 54. I'm coming for you, son. Ready?
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Kyle Fuller there defensively. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Pull together.
25, check 25, check
2nd and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 20. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Bears take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Here's Martinez. Going to throw again. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. To throw is Martinez on first down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Martinez now. Back to the air on 2nd down. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. This will be from 49 yards out. And this will not have the distance to get there. Short, no good, just under the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Intended for Marquise Goodwin. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Smooth. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check.
61. Matchbox lights.
They'll set up a throw. Man open. It's Goodwin. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
5.
58.
On first down, it's Coleman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's get it.
Set, ready? 10 Lobo.
54 Mike. Watch the run. They're running it. Check 99. Check 99.
Protein spill.
Mike 54.
They will run again with Coleman. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He finds Coleman. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Ready, break.
Go. Watch twist.
Heavy weapon. Ready?
They'll run on first down. Coleman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Mike's by 4. Watch the curve. Watch the curves. Alert 3.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Nice hit, boy.
Brings up 3rd down.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
No.
Fight.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Down. 18 Gator.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here.
Hey, high 7.
Come on.
Hey.
Come on. Hey, I'm coming. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
First and 10 at the 15.
This quarterback now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Jet bomber.
Hey, come on, oh. Hey, Mike 51. Watch the slant. You go tight.
Bravo. Hit it.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Let's go.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, seam 6.
Mike 51.
2nd and 9 now. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Back now here in Santa Clara. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Here we go. Check.
Hey, orbit.
Shoot.
Go.
Mike 51.
X3. 218. Chopper.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Is able to put it through, and with that they will move ahead by 2 here in the fourth. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school, I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. Now Martinez looking to throw on second down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
To throw on third down, Martinez. Miller with first down and more. The catch made by Miller. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Barber on 1st and 10. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On second down, here's a run with Mack. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Under 10.
On third down, Martinez. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Martinez throwing on 4th down. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Check three, check three. Whip. Watch the whip. Check three, let's go.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Looking to throw. Martinez. He can run for it, and he will. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Man, it is a cruel game sometimes, as evidenced by that kick right there.
Yeah, this game has no remorse at times, does it? I have a feeling that when this left his foot, he thought he'd given his guys the lead, but that ball just kept moving on him. And in the end, you heard the sound, and he's denied by the goalposts.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 42-yard line.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Deuce.
Recon, 132 fighter.
And with the play clock about to expire, Kyle Shanahan's going to use a timeout as he'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Ready? 15 line. 15 line.
All right, D. Undercross.
On 2nd down now. It's Coleman, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here we go. 90 Wolf.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Let's go.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
Ready. 50, plant. Ready.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. Shoot.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the 7. So the victory here for San Francisco. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the 49ers, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.